for those of us who've been doing this for a long time, we've had the opportunity to build community in a variety of different ways, right? Because like one
Mhm.
of the biggest challenges that we have is that when you're dealing with new and difficult problems, we typically reach out to each other. Hey, have you ever had this problem?
Mhm.
Have you ever seen this, right? And for if you've been doing this for 5, 10 years and gone to Encura and done some stuff, then you eventually start to build a community of people that you can reach out to and connect with that are
Yeah.
beyond sort of like your local organization. But since COVID, one of the interesting things that I've noticed is that in the remote work environment, there is an argument that people make, and I thoroughly disagree with that. I want to just say it right off the bat that it's difficult, if not impossible, to build community online. Now, as someone who played World of Warcraft for decades, I can tell you there is nobody I was closer to than those 20 people that I went raiding with. And so building a community online is totally, totally possible to do, but not if you like try to do it the way we did it in the old days where you're like just trying to bring in person online. And so I'm curious to know, all of that as a preamble to ask, what was it that inspired you to start the Optimum Department, which is, in my opinion, that is the difference. That is the way that you do it. That is the way that you build a community online. And so you must have seen some of these similar issues to sort of get you moving in that direction. But I'm curious to know, like, where did this idea come from? Because it's a very different way. There are no other organizations doing it like this. So like it's a very different way of doing it. So what did that for you?
So, I mean, I think the impetus for all of this was like, so I'm on a large medical campus, and even though I'm on a large medical campus, I'm still very siloed. And even within my school, it's very siloed. I think that over my career, one of the defining things and one of the things I've appreciated is I've always had someone to collaboratively work through issues and problems with.
Hmm.
And I think that there's a lot of administrators that are in a department, maybe with themselves or one other person, maybe not. A lot of times we're kind of floating out in the ether all by
Yeah.
ourselves. And that's really rough when you don't have someone that you can reach out to, have a conversation with, or connect with.